Hey everybody, this is Josh and I Know It All. It is Tuesday, August 7th, and I'm pumped to talk to you guys today. Got a few fun topics we're going to go through, but right off the bat, first thing that I saw this morning as I was kind of going through my Twitter feed was that Mike Trout is 27 years old. How is he only 27? He's been in the league for like 20 years, it feels like. The guy has been around, been dominating. Happy birthday to you, Mike Trout, but goodness gracious. I started looking through your stats, started looking through just to see how good Mike Trout has been the last, 7 years, 6, 7 years, and it's unbelievable to see what he's done. I tweeted out earlier saying that there are Hall of Fame voters right now who probably would consider him a Hall of Famer and would cast their vote for him. And, before the season started, I kind of argued with people saying, no, he's there. Obviously, he's going to get in because he's going to keep playing decently well over the next 10 years. But I was looking at it this morning. He's a two-time MVP. Probably could have an argument to say he should have been a three-time MVP. He's been in the top three for MVP voting, I think, every year he's played except for one. And I may be mistaken. It may be every year he's played. So he's had a tremendous career already. He's only 27 once again. I think he has another 6 years of really solid top of the line play, another 4 years of still better than the average player. That gives him 10 more solid seasons, some of which may get him another MVP, maybe a batting title or two. Really the only flaw that there is in Mike Trout's resume is the fact that his team hasn't played well around him. And you know what? I can't blame him for that. I'm a Mariner fan, and one of the best pitchers in baseball in his prime was Felix Hernandez. Now, today he's obviously nowhere near his prime, probably shouldn't even be in the starting rotation for the Mariners, but in his prime, he was one of the best pitchers in baseball, hands down, but his team stunk year in and year out. I can't hold that against Felix Hernandez. He did his job. I also can't hold it against Mike Trout. He's doing his job. He's hitting, he's running, he's playing defense, he's scoring, getting RBIs. He's doing everything he can to make his team better. The fact that his team decided to go out and pay Josh Hamilton a humongous contract isn't Mike Trout's fault. The fact they went out and paid Albert Pujols a huge contract is not his fault. C.J. Wilson, not Mike Trout's fault. He is doing his job. It is up to the front office to put a team around him to make them a playoff contender. One player, especially just an outfielder, cannot win a game by themselves. Pitchers can have a lot more influence in that, but a position player, first, short, outfield, it's a lot harder for them to have an impact of that level to get their team not only to the playoffs, but then to win games. So I don't hold that against Mike Trout. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he doesn't have playoff victories, so he's not a Hall of Famer. I'm not going to do that. This isn't like basketball where one great player can push his team into the playoffs, a la LeBron James. So I'm not going to hold that against Mike Trout. Trout is probably the best player in baseball right now. I don't think there's really much of an argument for that. I know there's a lot of people on Twitter who will put a message up saying, well, Betts and this person and this person. And yes, for this season and maybe the last two seasons, there are guys who have had tremendous seasons and might even be a little bit better numbers wise than Trout. But once again, Mike Trout is 27 and he's put together a career that some Hall of Famers don't have. Two-time World Series. I think he has 6 or 7 Silver Slugger awards. He's been to the All-Star game really every season. I think one year he was hurt so he didn't go. But he's the best player in baseball right now. And when we get done with his career, we're going to look back and say, oh, wasn't just that he was a second coming of Mickey Mantle. We're going to look at Mike Trout and say he was the best player that we've ever seen possibly. Now, I know, once again, there's arguments for other players that you can say, well, they've played their whole career, they're still a better player overall. And I'm not going to argue that, but we're looking at Mike Trout, once again, at 27, 10 more years of what he's doing. It's going to be hard to say he isn't the greatest player of all time. Now, once again, I do think that if he gets a World Series ring, that helps his argument, But if he doesn't get one, I'm not holding that against him. It's a team game, team sport. I'm not going to hold that against him. And once again, he's just tremendous. He can hit for power, hit for average. He can run the bases. He can play defense. There isn't a team in all of baseball that wouldn't take him in a heartbeat over any player on their team. I mean, Trout is just that good. And I hope for his sake, either the Angels get better or he goes to a team that is better and is going to make the playoffs and make him a World Series champion. Now, honestly, I'd love for him to come to Seattle. I know that's not going to happen, but I would give anything to see him roaming the outfield of Safeco Field. That would be so amazing, especially in a Mariner uniform. So once again, happy birthday to Mike Trout. You're going to be the greatest of all time. At least in my opinion, you will be. And argument's sake, you might already be a Hall of Famer as well. Let's move on to our next topic. Today, teams are arriving into Longview, Washington for the Babe Ruth World Series. And I know Babe Ruth World Series, it's 13 to 15-year-old, mostly 15-year-olds who are playing this. And a lot of you are thinking, well, it's not that important. It's just Babe Ruth, Little League type of thing. Who cares? But you know what? For the kids who are playing it, first of all, it's a big deal for them. I've got to watch the World Series here in Longview a few times. It's so much fun, the excitement, the joy, being able to talk with the players, the parents, the fans, people who have traveled from Florida and Pennsylvania, from Texas and Colorado and California, all across the nation. We've had teams here. It's been so much fun. I'm excited to actually get to meet some of the players tomorrow. Tomorrow is the kind of the opening ceremonies. They're having a skills competition. I'll be there, probably do some recording and share it with you guys later on. But I'm so excited, and I'm even more excited because one of the newspapers for one of the teams on the East Coast actually contacted me wanting to know if I would be a freelance photographer for them, taking pictures of their team. So pumped for the fact that I get to do that, kind of get my name out there a little bit more in another area, but also it's just fun to watch and take photographs. And I'm actually excited because a few of the teams already arrived. I know that obviously the host teams, Longview and Kelso, are both here. KWRL, which is Kalama, Woodland, Ridgefield, and La Center, is actually just 30 minutes down the road from here. I used to work in Woodland, so not that far away, and they actually won the Northwest Regional, so they get to stay in their own homes, sleep in their own beds, and still play in the World Series. Great experience for them. That's awesome. I know Torrance, California got in earlier today. They've actually already had their meeting with the tournament officials, talk about the rules and that type of stuff. I think a few other teams are coming in pretty soon. I know I saw Concord and Tallahassee were getting on to buses to get to the Plains. Albany was getting on there. So a lot of teams are getting out here, getting ready. They all should be in either midday or this afternoon, so that way they can go through their orientation and have fun. But tomorrow, the skills competition, going to be so much fun. And then Thursday, there's 4 games on Thursday, 4 games on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That's completes the round robin. Then we go into Tuesday, where actually you have the second and third place teams of each bracket or each division will face off to try and get into the semifinals, and then the first place team will take on whoever wins from the previous games, and then they have the finals on Thursday. So a lot of baseball going on. I've also got the Baseball Northwest kind of tournament is happening up in Centralia, which is about 45 minutes from where I live, 45 minutes. And I'm trying to get up there as well to watch baseball, and take photos and cover it, because some of the coaches who are coaching up there are guys who are coaching with the local wood bat team for the summer. They're kind of taking on that. A few other coaches that I know. A lot of coaches from colleges across the Northwest are going to be there scouting. So a lot of fun. It's just, there's a lot of baseball going on right now, and that is what makes it so much fun. I love this time of the year because you got Major League Baseball going on. I've been watching the Braves and Nats game for a little while. Nats kind of erupted for, I think, 8 runs over 2 innings, batting through the lineup twice. So, fun watching that at home. Once again, I got Wood Bat League, not tonight, taking the night off tonight, going to rest a little bit because I got a long 9 days of baseball. But I got another Wood Bat League game Wednesday night. I got the opening ceremonies tomorrow for the World Series, all the World Series days. Then after the World Series is done, I'm going to take one day off, kind of relax for a little bit, and then my family's actually driving down to Salem to watch the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes, and then on Sunday I'll be going to the Eugene Emeralds to watch another baseball game. So going to be cram-packed, non-stop baseball. I'm loving it though, having fun. Probably won't do another video like this in front of the 90 Know-It-All man closet, just because I'll be at the game so much. But I'm going to try and do some stuff with my phone, try and record stuff. I'll have my computer, so maybe I'll record some stuff and upload it later on. But once again, I'm just so pumped for all this. Baseball is the best sport in the world, hands down. I love it. You know, I know all of you guys who follow me, you know, most of you feel the same way. Those who don't, well, you're wrong. Baseball is the best. So, you know, keep checking up. I know that once again, you may not have a team playing in the World Series here in Longview, but still, encourage the kids, like our posts, retweet our stuff on Twitter, because, you know, it's encouraging to them to see that there are people paying attention, even if they don't know who they are. It's exciting. They're playing in the World Series. But also, since I mentioned Twitter, I want to bring something up. If you guys go over to our Twitter account, once again, it is Tuesday, August 7th, I think. Get it? It is the 7th. Good. Go over to our Twitter. For about the next 24 hours, I have a giveaway going on with this card. So once again, Jamie Moyer autograph card. You have a chance to win that. Go there, retweet the giveaway thing. You know, you'll be automatically entered. I'll pick a winner later on, usually just random drawing type of stuff. And that's how you get entered. So, guys, thanks for listening to 90 Know-It-All Baseball Talk. I'm Josh. Have a good day.